2 years ago, when I was living with mom and them, my little sister Daisy, she so we had like, you know, the kitchen dining area, and then there's a sliding door to the backyard, and then at the back of the house is a granny flat where my mom and dad they stay. And so in front of their granny flat, like, there's a little, like, what would you call that, like an open area. Yeah. And she was in the kitchen, and all of a sudden she just broke down crying.
Oh my gosh.
And then my other sister came up and she told me that Daisy's seeing something. And then I went up to Daisy and I was like, you know, what's happening? And she was like, she was not hysterical, but
was she just like sobbing?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And she was like, she was trembling.
Yeah.
And then I asked her, like, you know, what's wrong? What's happening? And then she kept pointing outside.
Yeah.
And it was like through the sliding door, you can see where, you know, that open area is in front of the granny flat.
Yeah.
And behind there is like a brick wall kind of thing. And she said something standing there. And then she described it. It was the same thing. You can't see, you can't make out anything. It's just dark figure.
Yeah.
You can see the silhouette. And she said a hat and red eyes.
Oh my gosh.
And because I had already like sort of looked that up beforehand, so I was like, I know, like, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
That people see this thing.
Yeah.
And then with the way she described it, and she's never ever seen it, like heard of it before.
Yeah.
But the way she described it, I was like, oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, and I told Rob, because it's like, but Rob's very like, he's so scared of these things like that. So he was freaking out as well.
Yeah.
But he's also heard of the Hatman before as well, and just hearing that Daisy's describing exactly what we, you know, heard of, and then we were all like kind of freaking out. But because, like, you know how I'm the oldest, and Daisy's about at the time she was, how did she know? She's about 10. I think she was about 10 that time. And so, you know, for me. Because I was like, okay, I need to show, like, I need to act brave so that she, you know, doesn't have nightmares or something like that. So I said, is it still there? And she goes, it's standing right there.
Oh my gosh.
And then she said it's like, because it's so tall as well, so it's like you can, even though he was behind the wall, but like, so behind the wall, if an average person was to stand behind that wall, the wall would come up to like here.
Yeah.
But it was that tall. It was like above the wall. Yeah. Like taller than the wall.
Yeah.
And she said it was looking directly into the house, like at her.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, okay, look, there's not, like, you know, all you have to do is, you know, like, because we're Christians, I was like, just, you know, pray to Jesus to protect you and all of that. And I was like, look, I'll go outside. So I went outside and I went to go sit down, you know, where we smoke in that open area. So I was like, I was lighting a cigarette, and then I was just like trying to act all brave and shit.
You're like,
and I was like, and they were both looking at me.
Yeah.
And then anyway, so I was like lighting up a cigarette, but I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
But just the fact that, you know, she told me that there's something there. Yeah. So I was like, at the same time, like praying in my head as well.
I rebuke you.
And then so I was smoking, and then when I looked over into the house, she was now like almost hysterical.
Oh.
Like I can't hear her, but I can see her through the glass door, and she was freaking out. And then anyway, so I finished off my smoke because I was like, what the hell is wrong now? And then I went up to Daisy and I said, what happened now? And then she goes, it got closer and it was standing right by you.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, yeah, okay, let's go in the room now. Happy movies.